I live in a part of the state that we do a lot of hunting, and I probably have received more emails, letters, phone calls on this bill than any bill since I've been here for the last 3 years. There's significant interest to this. So to just a couple things that were said. I purchased my first gun at a venture store, and I purchased the last one I purchased recently at a Rural King. Now, I'm not sure if Venture is still in business or not, but I promise you that there wasn't very much oversight of the very young person that sold me that first gun there. And I know at Rural King recently, which I think falls under the parameters of this exemption, the person didn't even ordinarily work in that department. So what I'm saying is, unless this bill is only about getting rid of those small mom and pop places, the box stores shouldn't have been exempted. Okay, if that's what the purpose of the bill is. But I don't believe that is the purpose of the bill. And I don't mean to call, I too believe your heart's in the right place. But on the licensing issue, our analysis indicates that this could cost up to $5,000 for a license, which again takes out the mom and pop stores, which I actually think certainly in my area are the ones that watch the sales more closely than the big box stores. On the IDFPR issue, our analysis also shows that this will cost IDFPR a possible $2 million, or at least state government, another $2 million plus in the oversight of this. So if I understood right, part of this is that ATF doesn't have the manpower or the money to do this appropriately. So it looks to me like we're passing this off on the state. So I would say, if, again, the purpose is to have oversight, we already have the oversight. It looks like the issue is whether or not the money is there for it. So rather than create a new law for this state, which is already burdened, we should be lobbying our congressmen to issue more money to the ATF to oversee those who already have the regulations for it. And then I do have a question here then in this. So I think you said 64% of trafficking goes down in the states, or something close to that, goes down in the states that have this regulation. So my question is, the trafficking goes down, but do you have data that shows that the gun violence goes down? Or is it just the trafficking that goes down?
I don't have that figure right here, but I will get it to you. Yes, it does show that when gun trafficking is an illegal thing, and so it does make that when we can do and see it. I'll get you the actual figures
I'd
on
like
that.
To see that. And then I just had one other thing, and this will come from my years in corrections, okay? So I just watched last week a special on Jeff Ford, the founder of what turned out to be El Rukin's later. And one segment of that talked about the fact that it was very difficult for them at one time to get firearms, so they used zip guns. Now, I'll tell you from corrections that, one of the contraband items in corrections is a zebra pen, because you can make a very nice .22 caliber zip gun out of an ink pen. And so, again, if we're pushing for this to end gang gun violence, just remember that we have a past history of one of the largest gangs in the state of Illinois and in the country of creating zip guns when they don't have access to legally issued guns. So obviously, I'm not going to support this bill.